jam in a bunch of your calls right now, and I want to come back and cover the news. Bombshell, bin Laden worked for U.S. until 9/11. That's according to an FBI translator. This fits in with all the other evidence I have. FEMA camps, how they're going to use or are preparing to use, unless we expose it, this whole flu fear-mongering in the fall and winter for physical martial law. That is really being set up and pushed, and the mainstream media is acclimating and preparing the public right now. But right now, let's go to Samson in Alabama. Samson, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Good, sir.
I want to tell you about what happened to me, and I have a question for you after, if you don't mind. I printed up probably about 50 flyers, and I have a friend that is in We Are Change. What I did was I went around to all the businesses in my city, and I was handing them out. Then I went up on a public highway. I was on the side of the sidewalk. It's public property, and I was handing them out, and the Walmart that was way, way, way away from me, two of their security agents come up to me. They called the police, and the chief of police came out, and they came out, and they were harassing me, and they made me leave public property. I had like 4 or 5 people out there all surrounding me, harassing me, just because I was handing out flyers and holding up a sign saying 9/11 was the inside job on public property.
Well, let me break this down. The Kansas City Star a few months ago, and it's going to be in the new Obama film I'm making, my guys were at a city park, on record city park. And they were out actually on the front sidewalk off a major road, videotaping the Federal Reserve. They wanted a faraway shot. And security guards off the federal property come over with guns and say, we're going to take you to jail if you don't leave. And my guys said, well, you don't have the authority to do that. And they said, well, watch us. We're going to. And the newspaper made a big deal out of it. The Federal Reserve lied and denied it in the paper and said, we never did that. They're all on video. Now, my guys, hold on just a second. My guys could have gone to jail, sued and won and made a big deal out of it. But instead, they had the video, and that showed the tyranny. Now, in a lot of areas, the police run over and ask for the flyers and want Obama deceptions and are supportive. In other areas, they're neutral, but uphold the First Amendment to the nation. The most important thing there is. Without that, we're the Soviet Union or Nazi Germany. But yes, we've had Ron Paul supporters on in South Carolina. This was in the news, where the cops busted down their door, beat them up, and took them to jail for a Ron Paul sign. It's happened to other people. Some of the police are completely out of their minds and nuts and believe the DHS report saying that's terrorist material. The feds are teaching them that. Some of these guys literally have like 75 IQs and they're on power trips. Me, cop, you slave. And so what they did was criminal, and you should file a complaint. I know the police chief was involved. You should go to city council, file an official oppression, violation of your First Amendment. And you should just go ahead and file the suit. They can beat the rap, but not the ride. And you can even file the federal suit yourself, and that'll make them answer for it. And then after you file the suit, you go back out there with witnesses and video cameras, and then let them drive you off. Let them violate your rights. Let them threaten, even act afraid at the end. And because you are entrapping them, but they're criminals. And they will maybe even assault you, out of their, oh, God, I'm driving. They may go ahead and slap you or something and laugh like Soviet thugs. But now you've got them, and it's not really entrapping them. They're the ones doing wrong. Then you put that on YouTube, then it'll become a national issue. Or better yet, have a hidden camera on you, but have a witness as well. And this is how you beat them. So did they celebrate when they struck another nail in the coffin of America and the Founding Fathers' heart when they drove you off of the sidewalk?
Well, what it was there was two of those, those private security guards for Walmart. They were just driving around, and what was really odd was none of them would give me their badge numbers for nothing I asked. I was trying to figure out who they were.
It's called secret police.
The chief of police himself came down there, and they just would give me their last name. I have a video on my website at trueredemption.net, and I asked them, like, what is your last name? I didn't have much of a video because I just had my cell phone camera, and I didn't get much of it because they were telling me not to record them and stuff.
Yeah, because they're gods. They're gods. They're going to put cameras on us all day and surveil everything. And listen, I appreciate your call, sir. We checked this out. Punch it up on screen for me. Glenn Beck, government website, cars.gov, takes over your computer forever. And we posted this Saturday, and we were getting emails and comments saying Glenn Beck's a liar, it's not real. And I don't blame you. Glenn Beck lied and said there are no FEMA camps when it's all admitted in New York Times, Washington Post, Houston Chronicle. No. Yeah, that's the actual car's screenshot. And people are on there saying the website doesn't really say this. Well, as of last night, we went and checked, and it's there, and it was there today when I looked. You may not just be looking on the website right. When you get ready to log on to the cars.gov site to see about if your car is eligible to trade it in, it reads that it is taking your computer over. And you say, why are you bringing this up now? Well, my point is they are surveilling us every day in every way, totally violating the Bill of Rights and Constitution. But then if you try to videotape cops coming up and getting in your face, they tell you don't have a right to do it. But it's all color of law. It's all criminal. But you better watch it. Because if they'll put innocent governors in prison, like the Alabama governor, it's now been proven and declassified. He was completely innocent. The White House said put him in jail. The FBI did it. You better know the government means business, ladies and gentlemen. And so I'm not telling you when they tell you to quit filming to continue filming, because this country's run by rogue criminals. Now, not everywhere. Some places the cops will fight to the death for your right because they're Americans. They're good people. But more and more, they're not. Like the don't tase me bro. He asked Kerry a question. They say, get out of here. He goes, okay. He starts leaving. And the security guards go, it's not enough you submitted and are leaving. They hold him down. He's not resisting. And he goes, don't tase me, bro. And they said, no, this is your punishment. And now federal courts and state courts have ruled tasering is a form of punishment and can be used to make you answer questions. In fact, I want to show people that headline. Google court rules, tasers can be used for DNA samples. Or tasers can be used to force people to answer questions. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a Fifth Amendment. You don't have to talk. You don't have to incriminate yourself. But see, folks, the government's rogue, and they've been given the green light to be rogue so offshore banks can fully steal all your pension funds and take everything you've got, just like Mexico, just like North Korea. This is going to hurt the cops that are carrying this out. It's going to hurt everybody. Just like it came out in New Jersey, had hundreds of government officials, including, 30-plus mayors selling organs and stealing money. I mean, government is criminal. Non-criminal in government is the rarity now at high levels. Just absolutely insane. We'll be right back with more calls and a ton of news. I'm Alex Jones.
Finally in the news this evening, it's being reported that cyber spies from Russia and China have now penetrated our power grid. Even as energy experts are reporting that each summer we get closer and closer to the limits of our nation's power grid, some say that this summer's demand for electrical power may finally push the grid over its edge, creating a cascade of power outages across the country, putting us all in the dark.
Are you prepared for the next round of storm-related outages or government-created blackouts? Have you ever thought about taking steps to get off the grid and generate your own private supply of electrical power? If so, this will be the most important information you have ever heard. Solar-powered generators are finally available. They have no moving parts to wear out or break and require absolutely no gas whatsoever. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Check out mysolarbackup.com before you lose your power.